Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Off the Beaten Grape. And today I'm very, very excited to show you three great values from Australia that I brought in this week, all from a winery that many of you have heard of, St. Hallett. And all three of these three wines MSRP between 40 and about $70 a bottle. The first of the three, the Blackwell Shiraz, is going to be about $40 MSRP. The next two retail for around that $60 to $70 mark. We've got a deal this week, and it gets all three of these wines under $20 if you buy a six-pack straight of any of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these three wines. I'm going to give you a little bit of my 2 cents on what I think the wine tastes like. And rather than go by expert ratings, which is probably what I should do, I am going to submit an amateur rating, which would be yours truly, and give you just a little bit of my thought process on how the wines are drinking, what rating I think they deserve. And then you can decide for yourself if you'd like to pull the trigger on any of these. These will go quickly, but if you would like to taste before you buy, just set up an appointment with me and we can make it happen. So getting right into it. Before we start though, these are probably the best Australian red values I've had in almost 6 years of working here at Sobro. These wines are truly high-end expressions of Shiraz. I mean, these wines sell for quite a pretty penny regularly, and I'm getting them to you at under $20, which I consider mid-tier pricing. I consider mid-tier pricing $10 to $25. Anything above 25 I kind of consider somewhat higher end, and then anything under 10 I consider lower end. So high-end wines, mid-tier pricing, let's do it. The first wine is the St. Hallett Blackwell Shiraz. This is the 2010 vintage. I do believe this got like a 94-point rating from the Australian Wine Companion. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of amateur reviewing here. Okay, this wine, it smells definitely dense and extracted, but it definitely smells like it's got some nice acidity, maybe some almost like lavender minty fruit. Oh man, this wine's big. So some of you may think the 2010 is getting kind of old, and depending on the grape varietal, region, price point of the wine, it can be. But this wine, to me, tastes like it has another 5-10 years in it. Very, very dense tannins. My mouth is already, my teeth are coated, my tongue is coated. Tannins are that drying sensation that you get on your teeth, and especially on your tongue and in your palate when you drink wine. Shiraz, especially from South Australia, is known for being very big and bold. But this one has some restraint to it. It definitely has a little bit of a mintiness to it. Yeah, it's like minty lavender, but it finishes long, and it really, really lingers on the palate. This wine is 90 for 15 bucks a bottle if you buy a six-pack, 90 bucks a six-pack. This is extremely good wine for $15. You'd be hard-pressed to find any wine out there at your local liquor store or grocery store for this kind of price point and have this kind of quality. Yeah, it's good. The acid and fruit balance is really what I like here. It's good. I'm gonna give this one a 93-point score. It's good. I think many of you are gonna be very impressed with this. Moving on. The next wine is the 2010 St. Hallett Old Block Shiraz. This wine normally retails, the MSRP on, I believe, Wine Enthusiast is, I think, $69. So we're going quite a nice jump here in price point. Same vintage here. So what's cool about this is you could almost buy a couple six-packs each and just kind of, compare the two. This wine smells like a little more like it has almost like a tomato paste thing going on, which to me seems kind of savory. It's got like a savory component to it, almost like a little more like a savory fruit, maybe more red fruit. That's good. The finish is definitely long and definitely lingers within your palate, much like the last one. My mouth might even be watering a little bit more. I think there might be a little bit more acidic quality here, positive acidic quality. This wine to me is a little more refined than the Blackwell Shiraz. Depending on who you are, some people may actually like this Blackwell more, even though we're looking at a $40 bottle compared to a $70 bottle. For those of you that really strive for balance in your New World wines and you're not just looking for those really slutty, just bodaciously big, kind of one-sided red wines, I think the second one may be more for you. That's not to say that this first one isn't balanced, because it sure as heck is, especially for the $15 price point. But this wine is $115 a six packs, which gets you down to about $19.16 a bottle. So we're under $20, what's regularly a $70 wine, and another wine that would age easily for another close to a decade, probably. There's definitely like a tomato fruit there going on. It's very, very savory. It's lush. The acid's there, the fruit's there, the finish is there. This is a great wine. A little bit more of my style. I like my wines with a little more restraint. I'm going to go 94 points on this wine. This is absolutely incredible. For under $20, I'm going to be taking a lot of this home myself. So moving on to the last wine, which we're sticking with Old Block Shiraz. But the cool thing about this, and I have a limited quantity, again, I have a limited quantity of all these wines, so definitely jump on these if you're interested. This is the 2013 St. Howard Old Block Shiraz. So this wine's going to be a little bit, probably a little bit tighter. It's going to be probably, this is definitely something you'd want to decant or open up an hour or two before you're going to drink it. I quickly checked Cellar Tracker on all these wines before I did this video, and this wine, not that Cellar Tracker is always accurate, but check it out if you're ever looking for just a general gauge on when to drink the wines, or if a wine is too old. Not that it's always correct, but it tends to be. On Cellar Tracker, this wine is slated for 2025 to 2036. But from what I've read on numerous other sites, is the wine's already drinking well now. So this is a wine that literally, if you're into cellaring wines and sitting stuff back for certain meals or certain occasions, this is the wine to do it. Now, at the price point I'm offering it to you, it's damn near an everyday price point at under $20, but there's a lot you can do with this. Oh my God, this is more like candied purple fruit. This wine definitely smells younger, huge difference from the other two. Almost a little minty thing going on again, kind of like I had with the Blackwell, but to me this smells like, I'm a huge Gobstopper fan. For all you candy fans out there, I'm obsessed with Gobstoppers, and purple Gobstoppers in particular. This smells like a purple Gobstopper, but not like the wine's going to be sweet. It's just got that like sweet candied fruit on the nose. Yeah, this is, it's minty and purpley fruit. Interesting. This wine is not nearly as savory as the 2010 Old Block. This wine is, so comparing these two, this wine is more savory. To me, it has like a little tomato thing going on. Still drinks young, but it's more savory. The Old Block Shiraz, it's more crisp. It's cleaner. It's got more of that candied fruit. And believe it or not, it's not the biggest of the three wines. It's not nearly as big as I thought it would be. Don't get me wrong; these are all big wines. If you're into Old World Pinot Noir, stay away from these. Unless you just also like New World wines. But if your preference is the bigger, more bodacious style of red wine, these wines are great for you. This is a cool wine. I'm not, all I can say is it's that purple fruit, some mint, and maybe just a little bit of green pepper. Think of like a really clean Chilean red wine. I don't know. Your palate is probably just as good as mine, so you can judge for yourself. But I'm impressed with all these. I'm actually gonna go another 94-point score on this wine. I prefer the Old Blocks over the Blackwell, not just because they're a little more expensive. I think they've got a little bit more balance and they're a little more refined. But all in all, 3 wines under $20. You can't beat these. These are incredible wines. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have some more vintage values for you in the near future. You guys have a great day.